Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remaster. I was very looking forward to this remaster because this is a franchise that I really love. I played it when it came out on PlayStation 1. Then I played it on PC, I played it on Dreamcast, I've played the whole trilogy, 1, 2, and Defiance many times throughout the years. And in a way, it kind of makes sense that they're only releasing 1 and 2 because they were supposed to be only one game. But it's a shame that the whole trilogy is not coming out together. And I know there are many other games within the Legacy of Kain franchise, but I really love this Raziel Soul Reaver chapter of that story. And even though I was very looking forward to this remaster, I have to say, after seeing the trailer and some of the screenshots, I'm hesitant to jump into the celebration wagon at this point. I want to show some of the cases that make me very worried. The main one is the main conversation that people have been having about this statue. So the one on the left, clearly more female than the one on the right. The one on the right has wider shoulder, legs are leaner, wider chin, and I was a little bit concerned at this point that I was maybe being too harsh on it, so I showed this image to quite a few non-gamer people that really don't pay too much attention to politics, and they all noticed right away that the one on the right looks less feminine than the one on the left. Sadly, this is not the only change that I noticed that I'm very unhappy about. There is something that is getting lost in translation, which is the theme of the game. The game, this franchise is supposed to be very dark and moody, and when you see the new graphics, they are very bright, almost cartoonish or made for kids, but it's way brighter. And these have never been horror games by any means, but the aesthetic of the game is quite dark. It's a quite dark story in a very dark setting. As you can see here, the original one, it looks less desaturated and darker than the remaster one. And I wanted to go ahead and make a comparison because, again, people keep talking about low poly versus smooth edges. The one on the left is the original release on PC, and yeah, very low poly character. But the one on the right, Defiance, is the latest installment that we got from the original release, and it's the third chapter, and you can see the edges are way smoother. The graphic looks much more high definition than the original one, and yet the essence of the character and the world remains. The remaster looks like the character is almost light up. It's almost missing light. It's way too bright. But not only that, there's another changes that I noticed that make these quite concerning. The shapes were changed. So the one on the left, obviously, you have so many low polys that you're gonna have hard edges. The one on the right is kind of a mix, but you retain the overall shape of the face, while on the remaster one, the face, the head is so round that now Raziel looks almost like a teenager version of himself, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Spoiler alert on a 20-year-old video game. Raziel was a adult turned into vampire and then turned into this. So there's no reason whatsoever to even consider having him look younger. It's just insane. I don't understand this change whatsoever. This is not just something lost in translation when you smooth the edges. Not at all. I went ahead and took these screenshots and played with them a little bit in Photoshop just to make some changes and see how they could be fixed. This is what I would do. Desaturate the image, change the color of the pattern on the garment that he's wearing, make the face longer so you can clearly see the shape of the face. And I know it doesn't make sense when you think about it, because when he's turned into this, he loses his lower chin. There shouldn't be anything holding that piece of garment there. Regardless of that, this is the essence, this is the character that we've been seeing for 20 years. Now when you make the face, the head so round, it doesn't look like him. This is just bad. Maybe it's just me because I'm so used to seeing this character, but this doesn't look good to me at all. This is getting his essence is getting lost in translation. I want to show another example of artistic direction that to me makes no sense at all. So you have this boss that on the left looks dark, moody, greedy. It looks nasty. It looks meaty. But then you see the one on the right and it looks like a different character because now he has some kind of metal pieces and the eyes glow so much it looks like a cyborg. Well, the one on the left looks like a meat monster with bones sticking out of him, but the one on the right looks so bright, and how you now have metal pieces and bright eyes. It looks like a cyber. And some shapes were changed as well. You can see the shin is larger on the original one. On the remaster, again, round face, which to me makes no sense at all. I don't know why that change was made. And the eyes, why would you go from dark red and blacks to these orange, yellow, bright eyes? This is just weird to me. Again, go into Photoshop, desaturate these, make the metal piece look more like bones, change the color of the eyes, for God's sakes, make them red like the original one. And again, trying to make this guy look rotten. This is a vampire that throughout many years have deteriorated and mutated into this. So there's no reason for his skin to look pink. His bones are supposed to look dry. The one in the remaster, it looks too alive for what this character is supposed to be. But this is not even the worst example. The worst example have to be this guy. What the hell? Original one, it looks like a menacing aquatic creature, and he's supposed to be. He's a vampire that with time turned into this. You see the red vampiric eyes, you see the fangs, his skin is gray, rotten, deteriorated. On the remaster one, you have this reptile muppet thing with a very smooth mouth and yellow eyes and round nose. It looks friendly. This is a guy. If I see the one on the left, I'm seeing a boss. I'm seeing a character that I should be wary about. I'm seeing an enemy. The one on the right looks like a friend. He looks like the guy that is just giving me some tips. Hey, yeah, turn around and you will find this item that's gonna help you. This is just terrible art direction. If we go and look at these changes, I think this model needs some serious work, but just making the skin gray, changing the color to red, making the mouth so you can see the fangs a little bit more, that alone is helping this model look closer to the original one. I do not understand why these decisions were made, and these go way beyond smoothing some hard edges. And that's the part that I want to make clear. If this is what the team is proud to show, if this is them saying, look at the amazing work that we've done up-resing these low poly models, and they're showing this crap, what else is there in store for us? I was like I mentioned before, I was very looking forward to this remaster because I really like this franchise. This is one of my favorite trilogies, even though I understand at this point in time they don't play that well, and it's kind of hard to get them running on PC and so forth. But the story is amazing, and the characters are amazing, and then I see this and it's an insult. So I'm obviously not pre-ordering this. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm showing some easy ways to fix this, but in order to get this done, there needs to be the will to do it, to even fix the saturation of the textures, and I don't think there's the will to fix this art direction wise. This is terrible. I cannot support this. I can't support this at all. I'm very curious to know what you guys think. People saying, yeah, we waited for this so long, you should just support it and be happy that you're getting something. I'm not that type of person. If I'm getting something like this that is actually trashing the legacy of the game that I really love, I'm not gonna support it. I'm not gonna support this at all. So I'm looking forward to see more of these projects, see if this is fixed somehow. But if it remains the way it is, I'm staying the hell away from this for sure. I'm not supporting this crap at all.